Stuart Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I do have to give credit where it's due, and I think that was a masterful speech from a person, I think, of the 150 odd people that were Palmerston North the other weekend would prefer to see as their leader.
Come on.
I am going to require the member to withdraw that interjection. No, the Carmel Cipollone. Who used the arrogant and then another word?
Me.
Oh, I require Ruth Dyson to withdraw.
I'll withdraw and apologise.
Thank you.
We know how to apologise.
Order. Stuart Smith.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I'm going to take that as a compliment that I've had someone withdraw and apologise.
Now the member will resume his seat, and I am going to remind the member, as I probably should have reminded my old friend Annette King, that when the Speaker has ruled, members don't refer to that ruling. They just get on with business. Stuart Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Lesson learned. Mr. Speaker, this piece of legislation corrects a 1998 legislative error, and it's quite clear, everybody agrees it's been an error, and that 7 days actually is a week to everybody except for the courts in this case, and we're fixing that piece of legislation, Mr. Speaker. Retrospective legislation has been discussed for quite a bit of time here this evening, and there's been some holier-than-thou speeches given across from the other side. But the residency petitions that were referred to by my colleague earlier, people have been in the queue for 2 to 3 years. They didn't get 6 weeks. It was summarily dismissed overnight. Sometimes you've got to make decisions, Mr. Speaker, around what is responsible, what is right, and what is good governance. And that's what the National Party stands for, and it's with that in mind, Mr. Speaker, that I commend this bill to the House. Thank you.
The question is that the motion be a point of order.
Geez, I was momentarily distracted by reading your earlier contribution in the 1998 debate, actually, Mr. Speaker. Earlier I raised a point of order in relation to the advice from the officials at the committee, and you indicated then that Parliament was in its own hands, we were master of our own destiny. Words to that effect. You suggested that a member could move, that we agree that the advice on this bill that is still stuck at the Select Committee that we can't access could be made available to us. You indicated it would be appropriate for the chair of the committee. He hasn't been able to do that so far. I'm keen to have that advice if we're going to get it before committee stage. Can another member move it, is my question.
I don't think I indicated that a member could move. I did indicate that with the appropriate caveats, leave could be sought. And to be absolutely clear, the mere tabling of advice doesn't mean that members can refer to it. If it was to be tabled, it would have to be with leave sought for it to be tabled for the purpose and members to have permission to use that advice. Now, I also indicated that it is not for me to recommend that any member do that. The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those that have that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. A party vote is called for. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
32 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
12 votes in favour.
Māori Party.
2 in favour.
Ag New Zealand.
1 in favour.
United Future.
1 in favour.
The ayes are 75, the noes are 46. The bill will be read a second time.
Social Security Commencement of Benefits Amendment Bill, second reading.
This bill is set down for committee stage forthwith.